Welcome to the Level Up English podcast, the best place to come to practice the English language, learn about the British accent and culture, with me, your host, Michael Lavers. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, English learners. How are you doing today? Welcome back to my podcast. And today I'm doing part 2 of a live episode. I call it live, but really it's not quite live. It's live recorded with the Level Up English members. But you are, of course, hearing it recorded. But basically, this is when I give an open invitation to all members at Level Up English, and they can join, chat with me, ask questions. And this is the second one we've done now, and it turned out well. So I hope you enjoy it too. I do make sure on the transcripts I make it clear who is talking. So we've got the names of everyone talking, and we also have the subtitles for every person. So if anyone is a bit quiet for you, if you find it difficult to follow along with the speed of what we're saying, then maybe the transcripts can help you, which is also available to members. And yeah, basically this is a chat today about motivation, how to get motivation to learn English. It's a topic I love, and I'm going to be asking the people who join, the participants today, about this topic. One thing I maybe made a mistake on, I limited the call for 10 people. And I had 10 people that registered, but for various reasons, not everyone can make it. And that's totally understandable because it's free. You don't have to pay to join, so people can sign up for free, that's fine. But then maybe on the day, maybe they're busy, maybe they're a bit nervous, they don't want to come, whatever the reason, that's fine. But I think what I will do in the future is have no limit. So as many people can join as they want, as long as they're a member. And I think that's what I'll do, because today we only had 2 people join, but that was fine because they are both fantastic. I've met them both before, and yeah, I think it came out really well. So I hope you enjoy it. And maybe if we do this again in the future, I hope you can join. And I probably will not limit the class. So if you want to join, you can join. There's no limit. I think that'll be a good thing, hopefully. But anyway, thank you for listening today. And here we go with the main episode. Hope you enjoy it. Hello, English learners. This is Michael, and welcome back to the Level Up English podcast. This is round 2 of what I'm calling the live episode, but maybe that doesn't make much sense because it is pre-recorded. But I'm talking today with members of Level Up English about the topic of motivation. And we're going to have a chat about it and hear their experience and that kind of stuff. So I'm joined by 2 people today. We've got Jürgen. Would you like to give a quick introduction?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Jürgen from Sweden. I'm 54 years old. And I'm passionate about English. Try to study as soon as I get free time.
Perfect. Fantastic.
Hi, I'm Robin from China, and I'm still a high school student, and I'm learning English as hard as I can. So I hope I will make progress soon.
Yeah, I'm sure you're making progress every day. But yeah. Thank you both for joining me. Great to chat with you both again. So as I said, motivation. The first question I want to give you guys is, how often do you study English or practice English? Like, how much time of your day or your life does it take up?
Actually, all my free time when I'm not working. Try to keep going, to do different activities like reading, listening, vocabulary practice, anything. Watch a movie or series.
Mm-hmm. So you're kind of including other things into your study, that not just actually sitting down and studying, but also watching movies and things that you enjoy, but that's still kind of considered study for you, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Fantastic. Okay, so how many hours would you say that would be a day if you were to guess?
On weekdays, maybe 3 hours, and on weekends, maybe 8 hours.
Wow, that's amazing.
Wow.
That's incredible. Wow. Okay, so we can talk about that more in a minute. How about you, Robin? How much time would you say you spend studying English or practicing English?
Well, I would say every day because I'm still a high school student, so we have English class every day. And for each day, the class is about 40 minutes and plus the homework. So I would say 1 or 2 hours a day. But in class, we don't really learn a wide range of stuff, because the school teaching just focus on the score. So it's not that fun. It's not that interesting. So at weekends, I would do something I'm more interested in about English learning, and I would spend more time listening to podcasts, something like that.
That's a good point. So you've got like weekdays is kind of your mandatory school study, and then weekends is
Yeah,
what you want, maybe the more fun side of it, right?
yeah.
Okay, yeah, interesting. Yeah, I mean, I'm maybe a bit similar. No, in terms of the time. Like when I study languages, it'll be maximum 2 hours a day, but maybe 1 hour a day is more realistic. So yeah, I think if you can study 8 hours, that is amazing. But yeah, maybe not realistic for everyone, But yeah, the main thing I want to talk about is motivation. So maybe back to you, Jürgen. Like, what would you say motivates you? What keeps you going for all that study time? Like, how do you not get bored and give up?
Yeah, that's easy to answer. I feel like I learn new things every day, not just one thing, maybe 5, 10 new words or so. That's really motivating. Yeah.
Yeah. So the fact that you make sure you're learning every day is quite motivating, and it's not just reviewing all the time.
No, yeah, both, yes.
Mm. Can you think of one example of like a word or something you've learned recently that you'd be happy to share?
Yeah, maybe today I have learned key radio. That means to push down a button so you can transmit your message to
Is
another
that to
person.
key, like KEY?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's quite a specific one, but yeah, that's a good word. Yeah, to key in. I guess you can say key in, that phrase of like to key in information. Let me just key that in for you.
Yeah,
I guess it's
okay.
tapping the keys on the keyboard. Key in.
Yeah,
Input.
yeah,
Yeah, good one.
yeah.
So
There
yeah.
are quite many difficult to choose, but yeah, telepathy, for example.
Yeah, reading minds, right?
Yes,
Telepathy.
yes.
Yeah, no, good one. So
Yeah.
it sounds like you're saying if you're learning, you kind of build that momentum and it keeps you going.
Yeah.
How often do you feel like you have a lack of motivation? Are there ever any days where you just don't feel motivated and you just don't feel like you have that energy to study?
No, it was a long time ago. I'm always very motivated.
Wow,
Wow.
that's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
How would you answer that question, Robin? Like, what motivates you to learn English? What motivates you to study?
Yeah, I would say just associate English with the stuff you're interested in. That's my philosophy. And as for me, I always follow the international pop music trend. So sometimes I watch or listen to the interviews with the famous musicians, and that's a good way to kill time and learn English as well.
Is that because you're interested in music?
Yeah.
Yeah, great example. Yeah. I mean, for me, I love travel, so I like to read things, in other languages about travel. So it's another example. But I mean, do you ever have times, Robin, when you feel like a lack of motivation and you just don't feel like, you wake up on the wrong side of bed, you're not like motivated for some reason?
Actually, every week I have this feeling every week, and maybe because the school works are too annoying sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you feel like you're forced to study and it's not really interesting when it's for school.
Not really, just too much work and you don't feel the right mood.
Okay, well, this is when I would ask Jürgen again. I often feel the same as Robin. So like when Robin or we like lack motivation, as the motivation expert, what advice would you have for us? That how can we keep studying even if we're feeling demotivated? Do you have any ideas?
Yes. Take a break, maybe for 1, 2, 3 days, and then go back to the parts that you really like. For example, easy parts like listening to music, watch a movie that put your spirit up again. That's my advice.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Do you think that would work for you, Robin?
I don't know, maybe I'll try next time.
Probably it's hard to take a break when it's for school, isn't it? But I do think it's good advice.
Maybe I can do that on weekends.
Yeah. I made a whole podcast episode about taking a break in the past, and I think it's very useful if sometimes you feel like, I'm just not interested in this anymore. I don't want to do it, but you just need a couple days, mental holiday, and then you can come back and you might feel better about it. I found that before. And yeah, and again, maybe find something that you like, because I think sometimes it's easy to study every day and kind of forget that it's allowed to be fun. Like you can make it fun. So maybe just take a step back and think about what you can do to make your learning fun, whatever that could be. I mean, do you guys think it's necessary to be motivated? Like, do you think it's fine to study even if you're not motivated?
Yeah, if you have a goal in mind, that could be enough.
What's an example of a goal? Or I don't know if you want to share your goal or a random example.
Yeah, maybe if you want to change your job or study abroad, I don't know, something like that.
Yeah. So I suppose even if you're not that motivated, if you think about your goal, you would you want to study, even though it's difficult, because you know it's going to be worth it.
Yeah.
What do you think, Robin? Do you think you need to have motivation to study? Do you think it's possible to study without motivation?
Well, maybe we should force ourselves to study, but most of the time I would like to wait for the motivation to come. Yeah, basically that's it.
Do you think it's possible that you could be waiting for weeks and it just never comes?
a week would be too long. Maybe just one day or one afternoon, something like that.
I mean, my thoughts on this are a little different. I kind of feel, I don't know if forcing yourself would be the best thing. I'm not quite sure. But I feel like if it becomes like a habit to study, then that means your practice and your study regardless of how you feel. So, very often I'm not super excited to study, but I kind of just do it anyway. I don't really think about it. It's not a question like whether I should do it or not. Kind of same with exercise. I don't know if you guys like go to the gym or anything, but sometimes maybe you're not really feeling it. Like, yeah, I don't really want to do that today. But then if you have that habit to go to the gym, you'll just do it anyway.
Yeah.
And probably after you finished, you might feel this kind of satisfaction, and maybe that helps build some momentum because you feel good about it and you want to keep it going.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, I spoke about it a lot before, but maybe motivation is not always necessary. Can you guys like pinpoint when you lose motivation or why you lose motivation? Like sometimes you're feeling really good about it and you're feeling like really motivated to keep going, but then other times it just disappears. Like, is it possible to look at where that happens or when that happens? Do you know, Jürgen?
Yeah, maybe if the topic is not interesting, boring, and you get too much input for a short period of time, that could also make it hard.
Yeah. So too much input and maybe not enough output. I think output, just like we're doing now, just like chatting and maybe you're practicing some words you've learned. I think that can be a lot more fun than just constantly absorbing things.
Absolutely.
Yeah, good point. I like it. What do you think, Robin? When do you tend to lose motivation if you've noticed it?
I feel the same. Like if I cram myself too much for the exams just just building up some vocabularies. If I do it too much, then I will feel demotivated. So because I'm simply in a bad mood, something like that, just me myself is in a bad mood, so I don't want to do anything, including learning languages.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we all get in bad moods, don't we? I mean, do you think if you studied despite your bad mood, would you feel better? Or do you think it would make no difference and you'll still feel bad?
I just do nothing most of the time. But if I'm hesitating, I mean, not really don't want to do it. I'm just hesitating, then I would kind of force myself to learn.
Yeah, I think I'm the same. I mean, some days I wake up and I just feel like really grumpy. I'm not that motivated to study. And I kind of know that if I did do some language study, I would probably be in a worse mood than if I didn't. So then I think you've got to be honest with yourself. And I said, okay, let's just take a break. I'll just watch like some YouTube videos, relax. I'm not going to be too hard on myself. I think it depends, right? I think it's good to keep the momentum going, but don't also be so hard on yourself. That's what I say to myself anyway. A couple other like things coming to a close shortly. I wanted to ask you guys what you think all successful English learners have in common. I've got a couple ideas, but when you think of people who can speak English really well, including yourself, both of you, because I think you've both got great English, and maybe people you know, what do they all have in common? Either of you have any ideas on that?
Maybe they immerse themselves in a English environment. It's really important, I think.
Yeah. And I mean, do you do that even though you're not in England now?
Yeah, I'm trying to do that, but it's kind of hard to do this in China because many international platforms are actually blocked here, like YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook. I still find some like podcasts and some social apps so I can chat with my international friends. And that provided me an English environment. So I'm really using this language. That would help a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think that's a great point. Is that you can still immerse yourself, and as far as I know, I think even on Chinese social media, you still get a few, British or American people who try to do like, vlogs or videos or something on Chinese social media. But yeah, it's maybe a bit harder, but yeah, great tips. So immerse yourself, have it all around you. That's, I think, a great thing to get that success. Do you have any ideas, Jürgen?
Yeah, that's exactly what I try to do also. Yeah, if they speak well, they probably have practiced lots of speaking, because repetition is the thing that is needed to everything new you are learning, I guess. Yeah, so yeah, dedication, genuine interest. Yeah, I think you need to have a teacher that you meet regularly too.
That's a good point. Yes, so interest, genuine interest, I think is important. That's what I was thinking, because I don't think you have to be interested in English, but as I think both of you said previously, find something you are interested in and connect it to English. Like for me, it would be travel. If I want to learn Chinese, I just kind of absorb all like the travel blogs and travel videos. I'm connecting my interest to the language. So I think, yeah, connect your interest, immersion. Teacher, that's an interesting one too. I mean, do you have like a regular teacher then, Jürgen, that you meet and practice English with?
Yes.
To put you on the spot.
Yeah. Before I paid, yeah, I still do that. Not every week, but I try to do it as often as possible. I always go back to have teachers correcting me. I think I need to feel that what I learn is right from the beginning, so I don't have to relearn.
Yeah, I do think it's very important to see if you can have some kind of teacher or mentor or language partner at the beginning, especially because you don't want to learn something wrong and then have that cemented in your head, and you want to unlearn it as soon as you can.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, at least language partner.
Yeah, teachers probably going to be more qualified and experienced, and you don't have to worry about teaching them your language. It's just you pay them a bit of money and you get their full attention, which is a nice feeling.
Yeah.
Why did you guys join today? Like, do you have a reason behind why you joined this call today?
Yeah, I want to share my views on the topic, but also for speaking practice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I mean, I imagine that's why people would join. Is it similar for you, Robin?
Yeah, kind of similar. And I want to share my views and would like to listen to others' views as well. Yeah, also, I would like to practice my speaking skills.
Yeah, perfect. I mean, I imagine, I'm only guessing, but maybe you're here because also you enjoy English. I mean, that's what I would say is I think when I think about all my students who are very good at English, they all have one thing in common, which is they're really quite passionate about the language. I whenever I ask like my students what their hobbies are, if they've got really good English, they always say, English is my hobby. I love learning English. It sounds like it's definitely true for you, Jürgen. Like it sounds like you're in that place. And I know, Robin, it's sometimes a bit harder to really, really enjoy it when you have to do it for school. But
yeah,
I think you probably like English, and then probably that might even develop after you graduate as well.
when I have more free time.
Yeah. In my experience, everything becomes so much more fun when you can do it out of your own choice and not because school makes you do it. But yeah, no, fantastic. So yeah, I agree with all that. Well, I was thinking, because I've got some students, actually one might even be watching or listening to this podcast now. She really loves Sherlock Holmes. Like she's obsessed with Sherlock Holmes, and it's like her hobby, her interest. And I think her English is really good, and maybe partly it's because she's always reading about Sherlock Holmes and watching stuff about it and taking part in online meetings related to the topic. And it's all in English. So I think she's kind of practicing English without even realizing. So I find that really kind of inspiring story that you can learn without realizing, like that. I guess we
That's
covered
cool.
Yeah, I think we covered some parts of this topic already, but I wanted to ask, like, what do you guys find fun personally in English? So, I mean, you mentioned before music, Robin, but do you have any more examples of how you can make English fun?
Just enjoy the fun of language learning itself, and just look back sometimes and see the progress you've made, and you will feel very satisfied. Yeah, you get that good feeling, and you get the motivation as well.
Mm.
Like it's a game, but it's never ending. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's good to think of it that way. Like the feeling of self-improvement in learning is quite an exciting one. What do you think, Jürgen? Do you have any more examples of how you make it fun?
Yeah, like I'm interested in sports, specifically in tennis and table tennis. So whenever I find posts about those sports, yeah, I learn something new, interesting. So I try to find YouTube videos like that. I'm also interested in travel topics. Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah. Yeah, I know a lot of people that will like read about, traveling to London, for example, and they, in their head, they're imagining being in London and using all these expressions too. I think that's a really exciting thing for many people. Yeah, cool. Fantastic. Well, I guess we'll think about wrapping it up here. Thank you very much both for coming today. I really enjoyed it, and I hope the listeners enjoyed your advice, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as well.
Absolutely. Thank you, Michael.
Yeah, thank you.
See you next time.
See you then.